is born and love is made alive. Like a flaw that seeks perfection, with a will that will survive. A child is born and love is made alive.
Oh, good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. Oh, welcome to Midwest Miniature Guys Super Chill Sunday night. How are y'all doing? Hey, Schwarzbauer, good day, good day. Oh, good day there. Hey, how you doing? How I been? I've been all right. Been okay, doing okay. Hope y'all have had a good weekend. I hope it's been long enough for you to get some rest and to feel better, and hopefully be geared up to start a work week all over again. It's just never freaking ending, man. You're great now that you're not sick anymore. That's good. I'm sorry to hear that you were sick, man. That sucks. Glad you're feeling better. Yeah. You're all ready for work? I'm not. I don't want to do that again. Sounds horrible, right? I just don't. I just don't want to go back. Oh god, if I could be retired, I'd be just freaking thrilled. I wonder if this is how a lot of 50-year-olds feel. We're just like, oh my gosh, we got like 10 to 15 more years. So, yeah. Just no. You were sick for 3 weeks and work put you in the plague box? Oh no. What the heck did you have? Did you gotta go out of country and get hantavirus? What are you doing? We were on a cruise? I'm giving you crap, but you know. So anyway, we're gonna be working on this Warforged Juggernaut, automaton, whatever you want to call them. And I did some underpainting here. We did purple, dark purple up here. We did a burnt orange down here. You had adult croup again? Ew, that sounds gross. That's why you never kiss on the first date. That's what I'm saying. No tongue, right? None of that. Sorry. I don't mean to make fun, man. I apologize. That's bad of me. But anyway, I don't know exactly where I'm going with this. So bear with me on what I'm doing here. I have ideas percolating in my head regarding this thing. But I don't know if it's going to work or not. So we shall see. I have different metallic paints on my palette here. I've got dark silver. I have silver. I have, what's it called here? Light gold or white gold? White gold. I have magnesium, which is kind of a weird brownish red color. I have dark bronze and I have weapon bronze. I don't have my favorite one out, which is copper. I love that color. For some reason, it works for a lot of stuff. But Shortfire says that why I don't kiss them on the lips. Hooker joke, lol. Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't kiss on the lips, man. Which lips? You get something different if you kiss them on the other lips. That's a whole other trip to the doctor there. People have told me like, "Oh, you should be a stand-up comedian." I'm like, "No, I much prefer to sit down. I work faster that way." Right? My brain just goes click 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 click. Anyway, I'm not sure where I'm going with this thing. We will learn on our way here. But wow, we got 5 folks on already. Let's take a look, see who's on here. We know Schwarzbeyer's in. Bamster's in. Hey Bamster, how you doing? We got like 2 or 3 other people that are lurking. So yeah, we're just gonna start. It's weird because what I want to do is I actually want this to be bronze up here for some reason. So I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take some of this dark bronze. And we're not dry brushing. I promise you, we're not going to dry brush this guy. We're going to paint him honestly here. Yeah, I think I want some of these bigger spaces here to be bronze. Because then we can do some patina-ing. Patina-ing? Put some patina on them. Whiffed Reload, hey Whiffed, how you doing? Good evening, good evening. Welcome in. Sick color combos? Yeah, I know, right? Thanks, man. I don't know what I'm doing with them yet, but we'll figure it out here. He wrapped up a whole bunch of grungs this afternoon. Nice. Final cleanup and clear coats. Now I'm doing base colors on Reaper Ogres. Nice. I like Reaper's Ogres for the most part. Some of them are kind of goofy looking, but... Alright, so I think I'm going to use a little bit of this dark silver here. I definitely want him to have steel hands here. Just because steel is a whole lot stronger than bronze. Walking to New York City, this girls, do anything you want. I also thought this would be fun to do in multiple different metallics just to break up the monotony of silver. Because I could have done them all in silver, I just really didn't want to do that. And that burnt orange underneath the dark silver really kind of makes that pop a little bit there. Shortspire says I had the best cough medicine. I had the best cough medicine called Everclear. The pain was cleansed. Nice. It's always good when they give you the good stuff, right? Yeah, it'll clear out your system. Yeah, for sure. Schwarzbauer, since this is your figure, how far can I go on this? You don't recommend doing that now? Yeah. Yeah. Go have fun? Oh, okay. He's giving permission, folks. Might be the medicine talking. With Reload says, I killed my first paint color today, Vallejo Leather Brown. The darker one wound up beating Citadel Castle and Green to the bottom. Yeah, man, it's crazy when you run out, right? You're like, oh, I thought I had enough. You don't want to fight this guy? Well, it's a good thing it's your figure, man. If you ever run a game, then you can throw it up against people. Throw it up against your players. It'd be no issue. It'd be no problem to fight that guy if you had, say, a rust monster, right? Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. He's not all steel. He's gonna have bronze and other metals on him. So you want to throw them against that bone horror that you painted for you? Oh yeah. God, I vaguely remember him. All right, then we're gonna take a little bit of this magnesium. Bone horror? I still have bone horror? I don't think I have a bone horror. The orangish brown base works so well with the dark silver. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I thought that would work out pretty well, especially if I wanted to do any rust effects or anything, and already have that orangey brown look to it. Back to Central Park. You gave me one? At the same time you did that model for me. Huh. I can honestly say that I don't have a bone horror. That magnesium looks almost green in this item. Yeah, it does have a little tint of green in it. I thought I had a little bit more brown, but yeah, it looks like it's a little bit more green. Oh no, I don't need any more minis, man. I promise. It's all good. I have so many figures right now. I got 2 boxes full of Reaper figures that I need to paint, along with commission stuff that's coming in. I definitely don't need any more figures, but I appreciate it. How much gray shame do I have? More than enough. I still have a Song of Ice and Fire figures to paint from just the box set. The original box set that came out like years ago. Yeah, I've got too much. That's one of the reasons why I keep bringing stuff to Con of the North to sell, because I'm like, I don't have enough space on my shelves to put anything anymore. That's the problem with being a geek. We have too much gray shame. I mean, some people are into dice, some people are into books. I'm into minis, man. Now, if I just wanted that for tabletop, I'd stop right there. But I don't. I need to keep going. Because we're only a half hour into this guy. You're in all categories, yeah. Yeah, some people are. That's that. That's the Croesus screen. Oh, the Croesus screen might be fun. What am I looking for here? I am looking for... Oh, and since you're on, I started base coating the Minotaur Gunslinger today too. This is all just slab chops so far, but I've got the base coats down, and then I can go back through and I can start doing midtones and highlights. But yeah, everything so far is just contrast paints. I just wanted to get some colors down on him and to see kind of where I wanted to go while I watched Ice Pirates. If you've never seen Ice Pirates, go watch Ice Pirates. It's freaking hilarious. Space herpes. What's it on? It's on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. It's got a very, very young Ron Perlman, who did Hellboy, and then Robert Ulrich, who was in Spencer for Hire back in the 80s. John Carradine, one of the Carradine brothers. Freaking hilarious. The entire galaxy is out of water, and so they're out to steal ice from the evil Templar Empire and bring water to the galaxy. But then also find Planet 7, where all the water is, which obviously is Earth, right? So. Okay, let's see if this works here. I really gotta water this down. It's so amazingly cheesy. Okay, so parts that were bronze, shoulder pads, this section here, this whole section here. And now we've got some turquoise. I don't want to mess this up. So what I need to do is get this down. I got too big of a brush and too much on it. Steve Will Schwartzbar, hope you keep feeling better. So now we gotta let that dry. Your phone battery died and 10 minutes later looks completely different. Yeah. We start putting in stuff. So now we're going to use a black wash over some of the steel parts here. Darken that up a little bit. What do I use for the copper bronze oxidation? Just a little bit of turquoise. I thin it down to a wash. I suppose if I'm going to do a patina on our bronze section, I should probably do some rust on the steel section. So I'm going to darken this up a little bit, and then we'll work on some rust effects here. I think we're going to use a little bit of this Agrax Earthshade gloss for the magnesium bits here. I can't pick it up. There we go. through there. So the washes that we've used so far has been Nuln Oil, Agrax Earthshade, and then a little bit of that turquoise, thinned down turquoise paint for our oxidation. What I want to do now is actually want to grab a green. It's Battle Mud Wash. Where's my green? I'm gonna put these away here. So this is Necrosis Green. This is a green wash. We're not going to use a whole lot of it. We're just going to get in there and go like this. Ooh, that's still wet. Okay. All right, so I'm going to mute my mic here for just a second so I can dry this guy. Hold on. Okay, I got it mostly dry here. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of our weapon bronze in with our dark bronze. I want more of a mid-tone bronze here. And if you didn't know, yes, you can mix metallic paints together. That helps in doing true metallic metals. We're just going to take it and just... Yes, Casey, that exact question yesterday. Nice. You took a gummy white Battle Guard Golem and dry brush silver over a bronze base, and I liked how it turned out. I like those Battle Guard yeah, those golems are pretty cool. Here's where we can do a little bit of just an overbrush. Right in through here. Still leaving that patina in there. You can see it in the very lightly brushed on. And those are good to practice on. Those old Reaper white bones figures are always nice to be able to grab a few of those and practice on. So this is our regular weapon bronze. This is the old Army Painter weapons bronze. This is one of the only bronzes I actually kind of like. Okay, so there's our bronze. Alright, so what I should do here... So normally this would be a dry brush of this riser rust. But what I'm going to do, and I'm actually add a little water to it. Because it's still just a paint, right? This will give me a little bit more control of where I want this rust to go. Which is going to be all these little nodules here, all these little rivets. Not nodules, but the rivets. Or wherever water's going to collect. We don't know how old this thing is, so... You can always take your finger and wipe some of it off too. It doesn't have to be glubbed on there. But we are kind of globbing it on there a little bit. At least around here. Like so. Guess I should finish over here first before I worry about that. I'm just putting on this on very lightly. I'm not with that. Hopefully that orange underpaint will help. I know what she's after. What's my favorite yellow tan wash? Used Vallejo sepia wash on some ogre skin and it wound up being much too dark. Normally I go with the two thin coats sepia wash. Otherwise I would probably end up making my own. The way that I paint also, I don't use a whole lot of washes. I'm using some on this just because I want to grimy it up a little bit. But mostly I use Nuln Oil or a flesh wash. Nuln Oil mostly for Tech Elf. How you doing? Welcome in. Normally I use the Nuln Oil for metals, specifically steel and stuff, and then I'll use obviously the flesh wash for flesh. How you doing, Tech Elf? What's going on? Nuln Oil is good, like I said, for like metals, some leathers, if you want to, darken things up, or get into recesses and stuff. I don't find it good for flesh because then you're putting a black over, a, you know, skin tone, unless you're doing an African American. I mean, even then, I would use. I would use like a dark brown. Nuln Oil is great on animal fur. Yeah, it's all right. Tech Elf says just hanging out in Iowa, attending daughter's high school graduation. Hey, congratulations to them. I keep forgetting people have graduations going on. My daughter graduated high school quite a few years ago, and also graduated from her beauty academy. She's a cosmetologist. So I see a lot of friends and other family members and stuff like, oh, we're at a high school graduation. I'm like, oh yeah, people still have kids in school. I am seeing quite a few college graduations too. My buddy just had his eldest son graduate from college, so good for them. You haven't used Nuln Oil since you dumped a whole pot on the floor a few years ago. Yeah, I got about a quarter of a pot left. Not because I dumped it, but just because I've been using it. I have dumped it though. Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. I want to grab. I thought I had it up here. No. So I want to use some of this Citadel Technical Paint. This is Typhus Corrosion. It has a little bit of sand in it. Have I tried Pro Acryl Petroleum Brown? Great color for that kind of work. I haven't yet. Petroleum Brown. That's one that I'll have to grab. I haven't tried that yet. But thank you for that recommendation. I'm kind of dirtied up the legs here. I don't normally do a lot of work like this. This is, I normally paint pretty cleanly, I guess if you want to call it that. And I like Pro Acryl too. I use quite a bit. You're excited to try their one step? Yeah, I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. Or maybe getting their special sauce and trying it on just some of the paints that I already have. I hear you're supposed to be able to do that. That's pretty cool. And this is a little bit of Baylor Brown we're going to use here. No, no, whiffed. Did you whiff? Did you spill? Sorry to hear it, man. Been there. You whiffed a bit of filet-o flesh. Well, okay. If it's just a bit, you're alright. You have more. I guess that's the important part. Yeah, as long as you have a little bit more. If you dumped it and you didn't have anything else, oof. I've done that. I did that with a blue wash that I was using for Space Marines years ago. And I just dumped it all over my paint desk. Alright, so now we're going to grab a little bit of flesh wash. So we see where we put all that rust. We're going to make it look like a red rust. Now we're just going to dump all this flesh wash over that. Oop, that's a bit much. So then we're also going to use a little bit of this on our magnesium. This will hopefully take some of that shine down. I wonder if I can add a little silver to our magnesium. Whiff says, I've been playing with Dragonhof Nightshade lately. I used it on some of my grungs and some yetis. Really like how it turned out on my blue poison dart frog grugs. Might be a little too dark for frosty tones on yetis. Yeah, it could be. I'd say it's definitely a darker purple. Purpley blue. So we're going to just take a little regular silver here. And we're going to hit some of these edges that are going to get rubbed on. I still haven't gotten up the gumption to try oil washes. That's just a whole other level of crazy. Yeah, Casey's been really practicing hard with that oil stuff. That rust method would look great in sewer settings. Oh, yeah. I probably won't do anything with oils. I like my acrylics, and with the commissions that I get too, it's like I need to kind of paint them quick and get them back to the client. But Casey's clients know that he uses oils, and so they know that he's taking a little bit more extra time with those. But you do blend with them a whole lot faster. I just have a feeling that I'd try to blend and I'd muck it up, and then I'd have to completely repaint it. I'm just now getting to the point where I'm good at this. So I'm just doing, quick little overbrush here. He worked on a big commission piece a few days ago, applied the oil wash about 8 hours before meeting the client, then got up early to reduce the wash immediately before turning it over. Wow. Underdeep is lurking. Hey, Underdeep, how you doing? Yeah, not a problem, man. Instead of silver, getting that onto the magnesium, does that look pretty good? That looks pretty good, right? Kind of beaten up. I'm gonna take a little bit of this light gold. They didn't answer. I know, you know. The slightly waxy luster on the magnesium is some nice contrast, right? I think it just differentiates from all the rest of the stuff. But I did mix a little bit of our light gold into our magnesium. We're going to go over, because we put a couple of washes on the magnesium now. The bronze on the pauldrons look really good. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Whiff says, I think I'm going to order some dragonlings and smaller dragons here this next week and work on some basic dragon techniques. There you go. Maybe start with some of the cheaper Reaper snakes to practice scales. Beer League Gaming. Is this Warhammer? What is this? This is a Warforged Juggernaut. It's a 3D print that a client of mine and a friend of mine is having me paint. And we're just kind of finishing them up on here. Getting some of the highlights done on him. Midwest, how's it going? Doing pretty good, Midwest. How about you? Midwest, how are you doing? Beer League and Midwest, thanks for the follows. I appreciate it. We got some new followers in. Say hi to everybody. Midwest says I'm just painting one of his. He's painting one of his Warhammer armies. What army are you painting? Death Guard is one of 6 armies you have? Holy cow. I don't play myself, but I have painted quite a few 40k and Age of Sigmar stuff. I haven't done any old world stuff yet. That'd be kind of cool. Holy cow, are we only 6 away from 700 followers? That is crazy. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate that. It's all been through word of mouth, too. I don't do any advertising, so. Mix a little bit more light gold into that, and along with a little bit of silver. I'm brighten that up just a little bit. Whiff says, I considered making a post on the Reaper FB group about you and Casey, but didn't know how kosher that degree of promotion was in that group. I'm not sure. I don't tend to post that I'm streaming in those groups. Because I don't know what exactly is allowed for that. I guess I would post if I was going to be working on a Reaper figure. But they tend to want people that are working on those figures, either Reaper figures or using Reaper paints. And while I have Reaper figures, I'm not currently working on those. And having changed over to Pro Acryl probably the last couple of years here, they may not like the fact that I'm using Pro Acryl paints on Reaper figs. Not that it matters, at least not to me anyway. There. this a quick kind of browny green wash here. Hey, Tech. Hotel Wi-Fi is annoying. Hey, no worries, man. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna mute my mic for just a second because I want to dry that. All right. Now I gotta try and find. Oh, you know what? I'll use this. We're gonna use a little drab brown here. A little dark green brown. How dark is that? Oh, it's a little bit darker than the drab. Okay. Maybe I can do. So this is a little bit of drab brown. We're gonna put that all over there. I'm gonna mix a little bit of Baylor brown into that. Hopefully make it a little bit brighter. It says it feels good to get a whole faction wrapped up. Oh, I know, right? These dumb frogs have been hanging over my head for a while. I have many of Jason Weeb's metal orcs that are started and need to finish them. When did Jason do the metal ones? I'm trying to remember which orcs he did. The drab brown looks metallic. A little bit, I guess. 2004-ish. The local game store has tons of new old stock Reaper minis. Oh, that's cool. I love finding like old game stores that have some of the classic figures in them. There was one game store here in Minneapolis that I walked into, and they had a bunch of the old Highlanders. And I was like, oh, I'm picking these guys up. Oh, he did all the Warlord Revan and Reptus Orcs. That's right. Grab me some ivory here. They have some huge old school Reaper Dragon kits and such, and sun faded boxes. Oh man, go in there and grab them. You're not on a skill level to do them justice they deserve. Hey, it doesn't matter. Go and grab them. Then you have them. Those are cool figures. I have some of the old metal smaller dragons. The only big metal one that I have is the original Dragons Don't Share. And that was a ton of fun. Maybe over the next year, once I get competent in painting and pinning, I'll take those on. Yeah, they are a challenge, that's for sure. They really aren't expensive. There's an old Metal Reaper Fire Giant in there that must weigh 3 pounds. We just call those paperweights. You grab the Sophie Santa sleigh. That's a good one. Have fun with that. That's a fun one. I haven't had a chance to grab that one. I don't even know if they. I think that's out of print now. You might be able to order it from the Reaper store. Shop has half a dozen more. I can grab you one if you want. No, I'm good. Thanks, man. Like I was telling Schwartzbauer, I have so much stuff. Alright, time to put some foliage on this guy. Tech Elf says, I'm new to painting and Warhammer. I'm slowly collecting Soul Blight and Custodes. Want to make a big battle scene. Hey, there you go. Put that back a little bit further there. Unfortunately, Reaper doesn't have a reindeer to go with the sleigh. I'll have to get creative with some other mystical beast instead. Maybe a Yeti team. They actually have a reindeer in their Christmas stuff. They literally post on right. Let's see here. It's the 12 days of Reaper, and I think it starts December 1st, or it might start on a Black Friday. But they do have a reindeer. Because I know they have. Jason Weeby's done a couple of the Santa dwarves. I think my buddy Andrew's the one that did the reindeer. But a Yeti team would be kind of fun though too. You have to get the ones that are crouching, right? Make them look like they're pulling the sleigh. And yeah, Tech, if you're interested in painting and learning how, I'm happy to help. I try to teach beginning painting, get people into it. So I'm just grabbing some PVA glue, or what other folks would call school glue, or Elmer's glue. Just got a little cap full. And I'm adding some water to it to make a slurry. And then I've got some of this static grass. I'm going to use a little bit of this. You discovered the Mamlord Mammoth Frost Giant Centaur. It's out of print. I need to get my hands on one of those. I bet you could find that on Miniature Giant. They normally can get out of print figures. He's relatively new. I'm surprised that he's out of print. That's not a lot. They should still have him. I'm kind of surprised. I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm just getting the sides right here. then there's St. Christopher sculpt is super cool. He ordered one of him last week. Yeah, nice. So I'm going to use some of these little autumn things here. Autumn leaves. Tech Elf says, good to know. It's funny that I'm reaching out and watching more people that in the Minnesota-Wisconsin area. I was in the Twin Cities all the time when I lived in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Now I'm in Kansas. We're everywhere, man. We're everywhere. Yeah, there's a lot of really great painters and modelers up here. It's kind of where role-playing began, anyway. Began up here in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and the Twin Cities. Dave Arneson and Gary Gygax, man. Whiff Reload says, one of my favorite Reaper sculpts is their Spirit of the Forest. I'm saving him until I get a bit better. I want to do him. Spirit of the Forest is one of my favorites, too. I love that sculpt. I have painted him 3 times for 2 different clients. Yeah, great sculpt. Love the Spirit of the Forest. A lot of short, bleak days in the winter to do that kind of thing. Yeah, right? Man, we're just going to sit here, play role-playing games, and drink beer. Eat Cheetos. There, just added some leaves to it. Now we've got kind of a wasteland kind of a base. And gray rainy days in the spring and fall. Speaking of, today was one of those. It wasn't too bad here. It was starting to get that way this afternoon. Grab some hot dish and a soda and hobby away. Yeah, see, now you're talking. It's kind of funny that I ended up here too, because I'm originally from the Pacific Northwest, so I got transplanted here by my wife. She likes to say that she imported me. And I'm okay with that. Whiff says I started in Wisconsin and now I'm in the Northwest. Yeah, it's weird. Everybody's transposing. Washington is somewhat like Wisconsin in climate, just with mountains thrown in the mix. Yeah, a little bit. Depends on where in Washington. Eastern Washington's very arid and dry in the summer and cold and snowy in the winter. access there. I grew up on either side of the mountains. I grew up in eastern Washington from I was about 10 years, 3 to 13, 3 to 14, something like that. And then I lived in Everett, Washington from the time I was 13 or 14 to I moved out here when I was 24. I've been out here longer than I've been in Washington. My wife and I have been married now for almost 27 years. Nice black base here. All right, there we go. There's our Warforged Juggernaut. All done and ready for gaming. Dad the Noob and Heckabus. Hey, folks, how you guys doing? Thanks for watching. Yeah, it looks good. Not gonna dink around with it anymore. Nice to get that one off the table. So this is what I normally do for metals. This is a King Arthur sculpt. So what I normally would do, instead of dinking around with all the washes and stuff, take a little bit of this dark silver here. And I would just do like this overbrush, like so. Dr. Faust is raiding with a party of 28. Well, I was going to raid him. That son of a... Good evening, Dr. Faust, and your minions that are raiding. How is things? How you doing? Good evening, good evening. Oh yeah, Dr. Faust streams when he's able. He's been dealing with stuff lately, but good to see you, Dr. Faust. Welcome in, Raiders. Eat my raid, slow boy. Hey, man. I'm just going to be on for like 5 more minutes and you come raiding in. Joey, sorry. Yeah, you got to go eat dinner. You're on the West Coast side there. You got to go eat. I already had my dinner. Welcome in, folks. If you haven't been here before, my name is Tom. I am the Midwest Miniature Guy, and I paint minis for gamers and collectors. The occasional garden gnome for moms and grandmas. I once did a garden gnome riding a squirrel one time. That was fun. I gotta finish this next mini before going to bed, Wift. Yeah, oh man. I'm missing some spots, but that is actually dark purple from Pro Acryl. All right, so that was dark silver that we put over the armor. Now we're going to use just some regular silver. Yeah, the dark purple is beautiful. I also have the dark plum, the Ninjon dark plum series. So we got dark plum, plum, and then faded plum. Love them. Great colors. I've got magnesium too. Tech Elf. I actually used that on the Warforged guy, the Juggernaut that we just finished. I did that on the legs and the borders, the pauldrons. Yeah, it's a great metal too. Too much water. I have no idea why he has a book on his hip, but he does. The society that separates its scholars from its warriors will have its thinking done by cowards and its fighting done by fools. Ooh, I like that. People live down there. I just wrote that down, Wift. That's a great line. Love it. Sounds like something Arthur would say. Tech, have a wonderful evening. Be well. Sleep well when you get there. Hope you have a safe trip back home after your daughter's graduation. I'm not going to try and pronounce that name. Thucydides, I think is how you pronounce that name. Made that quote apparently some old Greek historian. I like. There you go. I like that. It's all about having the right brush, and also years of practice. I've been painting for almost 27 years, so almost as long as I've been married. So it's just a lot of practice. Having the right tools and a lot of practice. So I gotta get some actual flesh tone out here. Wish that big pauldron wasn't there. Trying to get his face here. We're going to make him an older Arthur here. Yeah, scoop up this plum paint and replicate this method on one of the Reaper Warlocks or Dark Elves. So just to let you know, I'm just mixing in a little bit of faded purple or faded plum into my dark purple. That's all I'm doing. It's 2 colors. I'm just slowly mixing it in to get a lighter tone. If you wanted to get the plum triad, it's dark plum, plum, and faded plum. Really works well. Otherwise, dark purple and regular purple are really nice. I also have a dark magenta and a burgundy that is really nice too. But yeah, I agree. This would work really well for dark elves. There's the storms they were talking about. You have a really cool Vallejo purple, but it's quite different than this. Hexed Lichen. Oh yeah, that's a good one. So now I'm going with a golden brown, or dark golden brown. For all these lovely sections here. so I'm going to mix a little bit of regular golden brown into our dark golden brown here. I'm going to get a nice mid-tone color. Alright, well, we got a pretty good start on this guy, but it is 10:30. What's the nice flat black that I used? It's a coal black from Pro Acryl. But yeah, I'm gonna close it up for the night. Jeez, there's 12 people watching. So, I want to thank everybody for watching. Dad the Noob, Gentry's Minis, Hecabus, Isku76, Mount 89, McKex, Minikuma, Autofire, Prodigal, Red Entropy, Semi-Serious Nerd, Tempest DK, The Fine Line, The Dork Depot, Whiffed Reload, Tech Elf, Dr. Faust for the raid, and of course Schwartzbauer for being on for a while too. We are going to go ahead and find someone to raid here. We're going to raid 46 and 2. Looks like he's building some berserkers and stuff. So, we'll see you all tomorrow night. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, folks. Thanks again for the follows, for watching, and for Dr. Faust for the raid. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock Central Time. As always, happy painting. Bye.